So you're being a bad boy this season. You're stepping out on your life. What's going on with that? Is the Emma thing just for business, or is there maybe something developing there?
Well, is John Ross a bad boy?
A little bit.
You know, I think that you know, at the end of season 2, he was kind of, his attention went to becoming obsessed with who killed my father, and then, you know, a credit to the writers. You know, they find out that no one could have taken out JR but JR. And not only did JR take himself out for the better of the family, but it was also to put Cliff Barnes away, which is basically our biggest nemesis. So when he finds that out, it's hard for him to hear it first, but he gets it. And it only makes him admire his father more, that he's willing to go to such great lengths that he fakes his own. You know, he frames their enemy, has himself shot, and it was a genius move, and he respects his father immensely for it. So now coming into season 3, I think that now he's on this mission that my father's not here. I can't rely on him for help. I'm kind of a little bit, all the Ewings are working together, but obviously John Ross always has his motives and his side plan. And he believes that JR will not be proud of him unless he's sitting at the top of the biggest company in the world. And that's his mission. His obsession is to take Ewing, which is now Ewing Global, to the top. And he wants to be the president and have the control and power of that company. That's what he believes will make his father proud. So he's willing to do anything to get that. And obviously, one of the things that's crucial to make that happen is something that he thinks he can get from Emma, which is these ice tanking ships that they need for these Arctic leases. And that's like the holy grail for him right now. And he's obsessed with it. And he knows that if he gets into Emma's heart and her mind, he thinks that he can get what he needs. He doesn't love him at all. He really does love Pamela, but he's so obsessed that he thinks that he can do this, even though it's under the roof of Southwark, which is crazy. And his wife's across the hall. And never be caught, because he thinks he's that good. But as we know, that's not going to be the case. And it's going to bring a lot of hardships, not only in his life, probably if he gets caught in his wife's life, but also his mother's life. And his greatest fear for his mother is that she starts drinking again. But Sue Ellen was, as we know, in season 2, picked up the bottle again after JR passed. And the last thing she wants to see is John Ross be like his father. She hopes and prays that JR is gone, the ghost and the problems of JR, the dark side is gone, and that John Ross will turn a new leaf. But that wouldn't make good TV.
Clever and trying to hide this affair, even though it's across the hall from his wife.
I know. It's very daring. It's pretty bold.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that he knows that you got to make big moves and take big risks to get a big outcome, especially for what he wants. So I think that he really does believe that he can get away with this. He can talk his way out. He can sneak his way around. He can, if someone catches him something, he can find something to blackmail them to keep them shut or their mouth shut. That's what he believes. That's kind of, it's his life. You know, he grew up watching his dad do this, and it's like he's, as much as he doesn't want to be labeled as his father and as JR, in the back of his mind he knows that he's doing things just like him. You know, one of the big things this year is people saying, "You're just like your father. Just like your father." Or Bobby saying, "You're half the man your father was." Him saying, "I'm nothing like my father," even though he knows he very much like JR. So it's a struggle, inner struggle, and a struggle between the family. And like I said, he thinks he can get away with it, but you know, Sue Ellen, she's smart. She's not stupid. She has a lot of experience catching JR and a lot of stuff, and you know, she starts to see JR and John Ross pretty quickly, and that's a recipe for disaster. Shows on, you know, Larry is still very much, it's crazy when you see, you know, this third season, he's still manipulating everybody from the grave. It's unbelievable.
How's he doing that?
We just find out, you know, okay, in season 2 you find out about his masterpiece, right?
Okay.
And how he had our PI bum kill him, frame Cliff. You see all that stuff in season 2. Well, season 3, obviously, Cliff is still in jail, and he is now working to get out of jail and to take our company back from us.
Yeah.
And he is hoping that Elena will help him do that. And we find out that there's still all this information that JR left us that is just, it's unbelievable. Even in my character, John Ross, I'm going, I can't believe, I look at the painting and I'm like, you were still here manipulating people and you're not even here. It's like this crazy thing. And so as long as this show's on the air, JR's spirit will be alive. And every decision I make, I kind of am saying, Daddy, what should I do? Am I doing the right thing here? I don't want to upset you. I'm trying to take this company and be the biggest thing on earth. And I know that would make you proud. So I'm obsessed with that. And, you know, Linda finds out information. Obviously, the only people that know about the framing are Bum, Bobby, myself, Christopher. And that becomes a big deal. JR's masterpiece, and more information that we get and receive, it's all still very much moving the story and affecting every character on the show, which I think is genius.
Yes.
John Ross and Christopher have had a pretty contentious relationship. Do they find any common ground, you know, now that the company has been saved going into the third season?
I think that out in the open, they really do want to work together. We want to stick together and make this work. We want to make this company work. We want to try to do both oil and methane. At the end of the day, I think John Ross still has his own motives, and he's still trying to become majority owner of this company. That's what he wants. That's what he believes he should have. Obviously, Christopher would never believe that, nor would Bobby or Sue Ellen or anyone. But that's John Ross's mission. He wants to have majority ownership of this company, and he still wants to frack and drill in South Fork, which Bobby will never allow. But that becomes a struggle as well. At the end of the day, Christopher and John Ross, we do love each other as family, but we're always going to kind of feud, but stick together when an outside source comes to threaten the Ewings in general. So we are working together, but there's always the side plot where John Ross is going and doing what's better for him, and that's always going to cause a big rift between Christopher, because Christopher tries to be fair and honest, and that's everything that John Ross is not.
Exciting.